It's a spiritual transaction. And that can only be activated by your faith. Looks like this whole service is revolving around faith today. Pastor Christine, Sister Christine.
Thanks for the prophecy.
Spoke about faith. Our word of encouragement was on faith. Even our tithes, our offering, our giving must be done with faith. And I'm not going to be too long. I'm going to give you an example. Right? I've said this before. I had a good job. I had a relaxing job. I worked at a place where if I didn't want to see the boss's face today, I get to the office early, I get into a bakkie, and I drive up to St. Lucia and I go sit in the estuary the entire day. Watch my machines go up and down, digging, filling holes, laying railway lines, building roads. And I know he's going to leave the office at about 3. So I leave there at about 3. I shoot down just in time to clock out and go home. If I didn't want to see his face, or if I didn't feel like being in the office, jump in the bakkie, go down to South Coast. We had sites in Port Shepstone all the way down to Bizana. I could go absolutely anywhere I wanted. It was soft. And when I was in the office, I controlled everything. I sat in the center, I had 13 guys around me, and I just tapped away at the laptop. I just tapped away at it. And I controlled all of them while they controlled everything else. Easy job. And there's one day we're in church, and Pastor Deborah and I sit right in the front. And our pastor at that time walks past, and she says, Pastor Joshua, God is going to give you another job. And I'm like, don't want it. Don't want it. I'm comfortable where I am. If I don't want to be at work, I get to a van, I don't even need to fill the fuel. I can go wherever I want. Nobody questions it. I said, no, I'm fine where I am. She says, oh, okay, and she walks past me. And then she comes back and she says, God is saying, it's 3 times your salary. Immediately, she lifted up a bag, I put my hand inside, I pulled out a blue note, I didn't even care. I promise you, I ran to the altar and I placed it down. It was a spiritual transaction. You said it, I did my part. Do your part. You made a promise, I put up my end of it, you do your end of it now. It was a Sunday. I signed the letter of appointment for that new job. And the letter of appointment, by the way, was exactly 3 times my salary. I signed the letter of appointment that same Thursday. As long as you have faith. And listen, we all come here on a Sunday to worship a God that we have never seen. That in itself is faith. The fact that you are sitting here right now, singing, praising, worshiping, giving to a God that you have never seen, that in itself is faith. All you have to do now is use that same faith and put it to work for you. Amen. Right now we're going to take up our tithes, our offerings. I want you to lift it up, get it ready, and we'll pray over it.